सिन्दूरारुणविग्रहां त्रिनयनां माणिक्यमौलिस्फुरत् तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखीम् आपीनवक्षोरुहां पाणिभ्यमलिपूर्णरत्नचषकम् रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतिं सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकाम्. Jai Ma, Jai Lalitha Ambika, Jai Gurudev. Bowing down at the lotus feet of my Gurus and bowing down at the lotus feet of Ma Lalitha Ambika, who resides in everyone's heart, all of you who are listening. I bow down to Lalitha Ma in all your hearts and to all of you. And I am attempting to speak on the subject of Soundarya Lahari. When I finished my first series of Lalita Sahasranam, which was in English, many of you liked it, and thank you very much for all the love and all the support and encouragement that you have given me through all my videos. Many of you who had asked me to speak on Soundarya Lahari. It is one of my most favorite stotras. Whenever I read, I feel that lahar, that waves of love and beauty flowing in me. I also wanted to speak on the subject matter, but it took me so many years to muster that courage to speak, because Adi Shankaracharya's word, how am I going to explain it? And especially when you read the Sanskrit here, and then my whole effort is to explain in very simple language. There are so many commentaries on Soundarya Lahari, but when you read the commentaries, many times you will be completely lost because of the Advaitic representations or the esoteric meanings where the mantras are encrypted. So many things are there. So sometimes to bring out that bhavana, that feeling, that emotion is very difficult while you are reading the commentaries. And my prayer to my gurus is always that when I speak on subject matter of Ma Lalita, like Lalita Sahasranam or anything, I want to make it very simple. I want to speak in a very simple word so that it connects with the heart of people. I don't want to give too much of knowledge where it does not connect. And that was the reason why I was actually not getting any permission, because now I realize that probably Adi Shankaracharya, I prayed to him like crazy. Probably Adi Shankaracharya's eyes was on me. And I'm going to share this story of my experience, because when anybody, not only me, anyone, if they take a resolution or a determination that they are going to speak on this subject matter, I'm telling you, all the gurus of the universe, past, present, the Guru Paramparas, they are looking at you and they want to help you. They want to give their blessings to you. And I feel that every series that I have made, without their blessings, I can't speak even a single word. That's how it works for me. Unless I feel that energy in me, unless I feel that flow of the blessings in me, I won't be able to open my mouth also. So with the with Soundarya Lahari also, the same thing. I kept praying. I attempted 2-3 times and then I was like, no, I can't speak. But 6 months ago, I feel that I got the blessings straight from Adi Shankaracharya, and I'm going to tell you that story, what happened. 6 months ago, I was out of blue, like there was no reason, okay, but then I was called in Kashmir. From childhood till date, I have grown up hearing Sri Nagar is the capital of Kashmir. Never in my mind have I ever related Shri Nagar to the land of Ma Shri Lalitha, to the land of Sri Vidya. Never ever. It never clicked. We say Shri Mata lives in Sri Nagar. She is Sri Nagar Vasini. There is a mantra, there is a name for her. Yet, never did I connect that the same Sri Nagar in Kashmir is the place of Sri Vidya. I never connected that. And I think that was lacking. Adi Shankaracharya's blessing. Literally, I was called to Kashmir. I had fears of Kashmir. Because the media has projected Kashmir as a land of trouble, so much fights happening, and we never feel that it's a part of our country. It is somewhere else, it's only problems over there. Even it's beautiful, but not our place. We don't connect with Kashmir. But somehow 6 months ago, I was literally called there. In fact, when I was going, my husband is like, really, you want to go? I'm like, yeah, let's go. And we went there. And while I was in Kashmir, when I got at the airport, I was a little scared. Where have I come? Is this my land? Not a lot of Hindus around, a lot of Muslim influence in that state. So I'm like, I don't know why have I come here, but let's see, whatever it is. While I was in Kashmir, I went to a place called Pahalgam. Now this is very interesting. I went to Pahalgam, and in Pahalgam there is a river called Lidar. Our tour guide, he was a Muslim. Everybody, wherever you meet there's a Muslim population there. So they took us, but very nice people. I'm telling you, people of Kashmir is one of the sweetest people I have met in my entire India trip. I've gone to many places. But the way media has projected and spoken negative about Kashmir, I think it is very bad that we have been disconnected from such a great land and such lovable people. Such lovable people. So my tour guide, he took me to Lidar, and I was from Lidar, the place, there's a river flows there. In that river, I sat down meditating. After that point, till the point where he took us, after that point starts the Amarnath Yatra. When I was there, the Amarnath Yatra had not started yet. So I just decided to sit down and meditate. And I'm telling you, while I was meditating, the river flows just like Ganges in the Himalayas. What I experienced with the Ganges in the Himalayas, I experienced same with the Lidar Nadi here in Kashmir. And Amarnath Yatra is pretty far from there. It is not very close, the cave. And while I'm sitting and meditating on those, I have a habit of meditating on the sound of river. First I look at it and then I'm one with it. I was meditating, and slowly I am hearing the verses of Soundarya Lahari going on in me. Not only the verses of Soundarya Lahari, the meanings of it, some of it, the forms of it. I have been chanting it for years, but not the way I experienced in Kashmir. The sound of the river was carrying this sound of Soundarya Lahari verses. Literally, I don't know for how many hours I was sitting meditating. I was completely one. I had forgotten. It was very cold. I had completely forgotten myself. It was only like as if I'm engulfed in the sound of these verses. When I opened my eyes, I started feeling cold because it was cold. It was evening and it was time for us to leave the place. While on the way, I started asking about things. And they said there is a mountain called Mahaganus. I'm like, Mahaganus? And next day, they took us to a village of Lord Ganesha. And they said, this, even though he was a Muslim tour guide, he said, this is the village of Lord Ganesha. Lord Ganesha sat down here, and this village was established by Lord Ganesha. To me, it was an eye-opener incident, eye-opener tour. And while I was meditating, in my head I'm thinking, why am I hearing Shankracharya's Shloka here so much? Because the legend that I had heard about Soundarya Lahari was that Shankracharya went to Kailash. This is what I have heard from the South Indian version. Shankracharya went to Kailash. While I was in Kailash, he had received some 5 Spatik lingams from his Guru Gaudapad, and then he had received a manuscript of Ananda Lahari. Nandi saw that, and Nandi was very sad. Nandi took away half of the script of Ananda Lahari, and only 41 shlokas remained with Shankracharya. He came back from Kailasha, and then the rest of the 69 shlokas, which are known as Soundarya Lahari, he wrote it himself. So the first part is a divine part. Ananda Lahari is a divine part. Ananda Lahari contains things about the mantras, about some yantras, all those deeper meanings, deeper significant part. And Soundarya Lahari describes the beauty of Ma Lalita. Soundarya Lahari was personally written by Shankracharya. So this legend I knew, that he had come from Kailash. So my mind always related, Soundarya Lahari means Kailash. But no, in Sri Nagar my eyes was opened. So after all this, when they were saying, oh, this is Pahalgam, I meditated, and I'm like, no, I literally got this. I am seeing, this is Nandi sitting there. And I said, this is Belgaum. Belgaum means the gaon, the place of a bell, of an ox. Belgaum becomes Pahalgam. The bell is Nandi. The land of an ox becomes Pahalgam. So this is Belgaum. This is where Nandi stayed. Nandi stayed there while during that Amarnath Yatra. The thing that is celebrated is Lord Shiva takes Parvati inside the cave and sits down. Parvati has asked questions about liberation and other things. Parvati is always asking questions to Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva said, Nandi, you sit here, you protect us. Okay, you're going to be the guard. I am going and sitting with Parvati inside the cave. Nobody disturbs. And Parvati goes inside, and then they have spent the time. That period is celebrated as Amarnath Yatra. Now this Parvati, who is this Parvati? She is Lalitha. She is Lalitha Tripura Sundari. She. And the mountain called Mahaganus, and this is nothing but Mahaganesh. That becomes Mahaganush. And Ganesh, the village of Ganesha. That is okay. So I was so thrilled with all these experiences that is happening. Then I came to Dal Lake. I was staying in Dal Lake in a houseboat. So one night we are sitting, me and my husband, we were sitting outside, and drinking their kava. And in front of us, it was night, actually it was dark. In front of us there was a mountain, and we could see some series of light going on the mountain. So we called the Dal Lake owner and the houseboat owner, and we said, what is that mountain? So the owner is also a Muslim. He says, oh, that is the cave of Shankracharya. And I'm like, cave of Shankracharya? You mean Shankracharya came here? He's like, yeah. So I said, we want to see that. My husband is like, tomorrow we'll go. Then he said, oh, there are around 250 steps to go to the temple. And I'm hearing the steps. I'm like, okay, 250 steps, who's going to climb? I don't think so. I have the mood to climb. We will go to the area, we'll do namaskar, and we'll come back. So next day morning, we took the car, we went there near the area. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. And then once you reach to that area, it is impossible that you will not go to the cave. I was like, let's go now. We have come, now let's climb. So we walked all the way up, and when you reach the cave, one of the most beautiful temples, one of the most beautiful cave temple I have seen. And you sit down there in that cave where Shankaracharya sat down, you feel his vibration. And while I was looking at his face, I was shivering, I was in tears. I cannot even tell you the amount of ecstatic thrill I was experiencing. And while I was experiencing that, I came to know inside me that Soundarya Lahari, what I experienced yesterday in Pahalgam, the Anand Lahari and the Soundarya Lahari on the waves of the river, that Soundarya Lahari was written by Shankracharya in this place, in that gufa, in that cave. I confirmed this with some of the people there, who lived there. That yes, this was the place where he spent a long deal of his time while in his Kashmir Yatra, and he wrote Soundarya Lahari there. Soundarya Lahari, Lahari means waves, Lahar means waves. Waves of beauty is Soundarya Lahari. Waves of bliss is Anand Lahari. And that Lahar, that wave, actually when you see the river, every wave that comes, what inspired Shankaracharya to write this Soundarya Lahari. He could feel the presence of Ma right in that Kashmir valley. So it's a beautiful state, beautiful valley. Please do take time off. All those who are listening, if you can go, definitely you must make a visit to this Shankaracharya's Gufa cave in Sri Nagar. And Sri Nagar, put in your mind, Sri Nagar is land of Sri Vidya. Sri Nagar is land of Sri Vidya. Land of my Ma, Sri Mata. Okay? And I feel so grateful for Adi Shankaracharya. The way he united from top to, from the north of India, tip of north of India till the south of India. Lalitha Tripura Sundari is worshipped from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, everywhere. In all his matams, Lalitha Tripura Sundari is worshipped. And you see how he walked. I mean, when you go to Kedarnath, Badrinath temple was established by him. It is amazing to see how many things he discovered, and he has made all these temples. Adi Shankaracharya, no doubt he was he was the incarnation of Lord Shankara. He knew. So the same Adi Shankaracharya who wrote this beautiful Stotram in praises of Ma, we will begin hearing those shlokas. I am trying to attempt to explain, but whatever good things you will hear, it is coming from him and my gurus. If there is something which I am not able to explain clearly, it is my weakness, my ignorance. Please forgive them. Alright, let's begin. Anand Lahari. Anand Lahari means waves of bliss, waves of joy, waves of happiness. So this few shlokas, first 41 shlokas is Anand Lahari, means we are going to enjoy. Alright. Shiva Shaktya Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shaktah Prabhavitum Na Chedevam Devo Na Khalu Kushalah Spanditum Api Atastvam Aradhyam Harihara Viranchadi Bhirapi Pranantum Stotum Va Kathama Akarita Punya Prabhavati. Shankracharya says, Oma, Shiva cannot be anything if you are not there. You are the Shakti. When I use the word Shakti, Shakti means energy, Shakti means power. Okay, I may use the word many a times, but please translate in your head. Shakti means power, Shakti means energy, Shakti means, okay. He says Shiva cannot do anything if you are not with him. There comes a shlok in Durga Saptati. It says, it describes Lord Shiva. I'll read the shlok. Chita bhasma lepo garalamashanam dikpatadharo jatadhari kante Bhujagapati hari pashupatihi kapali bhuteshu bhajate jagadishaika padavim bhavani tvatpani grahana paripati phalamidam. The shloka says, Hey Bhavani, people call Shiva as Jagadish. Shiva means pure. And Jagdish means he who is controlling the world. But the truth is, look at Shiva's form. It describes, what is Shiva's form? Well, Shiva just smears his body with the ashes of dead bodies. Okay, so all the dead bodies, when they become ashes in the graveyard, he just goes, he takes it and smears his body. So how is he Shiva? How is he pure? He is impure. Anybody who takes the ashes of dead body and smears on his body, if you see such a person, what will you say? Oh, he's so impure, go and take a shower. You'll say that, right? And Shiva is smeared in this ashes and sitting. Not only that, Garalam Ashanam. He drinks garal. Garal means poison. He likes to drink poison. Shiva's neck is all bluish because he's drunk with poison. If you see somebody drunk like that, like a hobo, what will you say? Oh, stop that. But here Shiva is drunk with poison, intoxicants, and then Shiva is smeared with this dead body ashes, and not only that, he does not wear anything. He says, I want to be naked. And he is naked. So first of all, you look at a naked person with all these ashes smeared and like in a drugged, intoxicated state. And then you look at his hairs, that also is not washed. It is all matted. And on top of that, he is having cobra in his neck, all around his neck, snakes around his neck, in his hand. And what will you say? Oh my God, is he mad? What is he doing with the snakes in his neck? But he's having snakes in his neck. And he is Kapali, and and then he's surrounded by all his group of devotees who are like ghosts and spirits and goblins. Yet such a person who, when you look at him, he looks very impure, surrounded by all these impure people, yet people worship him and call him Shiva, means the most purest, the most auspicious. Yet people make him the leader and say he is Jagdish, he is the controller of the whole world. How is that happening, Ma? It is only happening because of you, because you held his hands in marriage. That because of you, Shiva has been given such respect despite his outer looks. Oh Ma, it's because of your Shakti, your energy that Shiva has become respectful in the whole world. And then he says, so this is what Shankaracharya is saying, Shiva Shaktya Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shaktah Prabhavitum. Shiva can create, sustain or destroy the world only and only when he is united with you as you are his primal power. Otherwise, he says, Na che devam devo na khalu kushala spanditum api. Otherwise, the gods of the world, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, they can't even move a little bit. They can't even stir. There cannot be any single vibration if you are not there. Oh Ma, everybody knows, and that is why all the time this Harihar, this Vishnu and Shiva and Brahma, they are always bowing down at your feet. They are always praising you. They know they cannot do anything if your energy, if your power is not with them. Oh Ma, all these great ones are bowing down at your feet. I am just a little being. I don't have that greatness in me. Oh Ma, yet I am trying to write these praises. I am trying to sing this glory for you. This is what Shankaracharya is writing. But actually, this is how I am also feeling reading Shankaracharya's writing, and I am trying to explain. So, we are also just little, and we know Mother only sees our heart, Mother only sees our feeling. With that bhavana, with that feeling, I am speaking this. Next slok, second slok. Taniyan sampansum tava charana pankheruha bhavam viranchi sanchinvan virachayati lokana vikalam vahatyenam shauri katamapi sahasrena shirasham harakshangshuddhainam bhajati bhasito dhulana vidhum. He says, Ma, Brahma thinks he has created a big world. Brahma creates this world. Brahma is the creator. He creates the 7 underworlds, Patalok. Then he creates the earth. And then he has created all the other 6 heavenly planets, Swarga, Maha, Jana, Tapa, Satyam, all the way till Brahmaloka. He creates all these 14 lokas. But that is not his greatness. How did he create it? He says, he just takes a microscopical tiny speck of dust. Sindhurikrit padabja dhulikam, that dust which resembles like a vermilion on your feet. That single vermilion like dust, he just takes it. And with that, he creates this entire universe. And there is not one Brahma, there are millions of Brahmas, and millions of Brahmas are creating millions of universes everywhere. All these millions of Brahmas, how are they able to do it? Because of the power of one speck of dust, one tiny speck of dust from your lotus feet. And he's shaping all these myriad worlds. And then Vishnu becomes Adi Shesha, the cobra, Anantanag with 1,000 hoods. And Vishnu says, I am holding this earth, this big earth created by Brahma. Vishnu becomes Adi Shesh, Anantanag, and then he is holding this on his head. What is Vishnu's greatness in that? Vishnu cannot hold this earth if you had not given the power to him. So the power which Adi Shesha is displaying, oh, I am holding this earth on this whole entire universe on my head, 1,000 hood, that power, that energy is you, O Mother. And that is how he is able to sustain. And Rudra, what does he do? Rudra means Shiva. He annihilates. When everything is annihilated, he reduces everything to ashes, and he feels he has reduced. No, mother, he cannot do anything if you are not his power. In the first sloka itself it is written, Shiva Shaktya Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shakta Prabhavito. Only because of your power he is able to create, sustain or destroy this world. So Rudra destroys this world, and then when everything turns into ashes, he is so happy because these ashes are nothing but they come from you. They are like those tiny speck of dust, and then he takes the ashes and he just puts it on his body because those ashes were like those tiny speck of dust which Brahma had taken and created the universe. Now it has again become ashes. It has come from my Lalitha. You are his spouse, so it has come from my Lalitha, and happily he just smears it on his body and sits down. Next one. Avidyanam antas Timira mihira dvipa nagari Jadanam chaitanyas Tabaka makaranda srutijhari Daridranam chinta Manigunanika janma jaladhau Nimagnanam danshra Murariva purahasya bhavati. O mother, all your lotus feet, everybody is praying. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Hariyar Tattva is praying. Oh mother, how is your lotus feet? He says, that tiny speck of dust from your lotus feet, which Brahma takes to create this universe, that tiny speck of dust is like the dazzling sun of wisdom. People of this world who are completely covered by ignorance, they don't know what they are doing. They are completely foolish. They don't know where they are going. We are all covered by ignorance. That ignorance is removed even if just somebody prays at your lotus feet. That tiny speck of dust acts like the dazzling sun of wisdom. People, the next line says, people who are grossly foolish, they do not know what kind of life they are living. They think they are doing right, but they go on making wrong decisions. Why do they make wrong decisions? Because they are looking to fulfill their desires. They are running behind fame, prestige, wealth, children, family, whatnot. They have unlimited desires, and to fulfill these unlimited desires, they sometimes follow wrong paths. This is foolishness. And by following wrong path, they think this is right. Following a wrong path and saying this is right is ignorance. So people of the world are not only foolish, they are also ignorant. They don't know what is the right path. And that is why they put themselves into trouble. They put themselves into repeated cycles of birth and death because of these unlimited desires and the hordes of sinful karmas that they do to fulfill these desires, which is ignorance. Oh mother, but if somebody just takes the refuge of your lotus feet, if they look at your lotus feet, that tiny speck of dust on your lotus feet can remove this ignorance. Sometimes people do a lot of mistakes in their life, and they lose their family, they lose their loved ones because of their wrong habits. They lose money, they lose their prestige in the society, and they are always guilty. I did this, I did that, I should not have done that. I lost everything because of that habit, because of the habit of gambling, because of the habit of drinking, because of the habit of lying, because of the habit of cheating. People have all this. They think this is right at that time, but when they have to suffer, they really suffer bad. And they are doing it out of ignorance, foolishly. But even such people who have fallen down and degraded themselves to this level, that they have lost everything, yet if they hold tightly to mother's lotus feet, that tiny speck of dust will act as wisdom. It will make them intelligent enough to make correct decisions in their life. So even though right now they are foolish, but once they hold to mother's feet tightly, they will become intelligent. That's what is written. They'll become consciousness. They'll become fully conscious of what they're doing. And by practicing this full consciousness, spiritualize consciousness, they will then free themselves. They can go all the way up to the stage of perfect self-realization. It will happen, it is written here, it is happened by just worshipping the lotus feet of Mother. It also says, Daridranam Chintamani Gudanika Janma Jaladhau. He says, for those who are foolish, oh Mother, you act like the honey, like the nectar flowing from the flowers of Kalpavriksha. Kalpavriksha means a tree which fulfills the desires. Why do people do all these wrong things? Because of the desires. And they say, if you have to fulfill your desire, just ask Mother. Don't do anything wrong. Ask Mother. She is the Kalpavriksha. She will flow in your life like a sweet nectar. By making your own decisions, you are only drinking poison every day. But when you follow Mother, you are drinking nectar every day. Okay? And then not only that, she will give you self-realization and she will fulfill your heart desire. And those who are sunk, who are drowning in this ocean of samsara, repeated life, in this ocean of repeated cycles of life and death, birth and death, you will be freed from them. You, O Mother, you act like the Mother's lotus feet are like the uplifting tusk of Varaha avatar. Varaha is an avatar of Lord Vishnu where he saved the earth from drowning inside the water. So you see Varaha, he comes out and on his tusk, if you see the pictures, there is this globe, earth, he has saved it. That is Vishnu's avatar. How did Varaha do that? Because Varaha's Shakti is Varahi. And who is Varahi? She is Lalita Ambika herself, her only Shakti. Varahi, Lalita Ambika's Shakti, Varahi, if she can uplift the earth from the ocean, then obviously just a tiny speck of dust from Ma Lalita's lotus feet can uplift the devotees. This is what it means. Let's do the fourth. Twadanyah panibhyam abhayavarado daivata ganaha tvameka naivasi prakatita varabhitya bhinaya bhayatratum datum phalamapi cha vancha samadhikam sharanye lokanam tavahi charnaveva nupuno. O Mother, you are the refuge of all the three worlds. And then for those who come and pray at your lotus feet, number one, you fulfill their desires, you remove ignorance. We learned in the previous Shloka, you remove their ignorance, you remove their foolishness, you give them liberation, then you fulfill all their desires. But there is one very specific thing Shankracharya says here. Shankracharya says here, everybody, other gods also does this. People can say, oh, other gods are also doing it. What is so different about Lalita? But he says, Shankracharya just takes this thing, he says, other gods, if they have to specifically show it, they have to show their hands like this. When you see at other gods' pictures, they are showing their hands like in the Ashirvad Mudra. So this mudra where they are like blessing, it has two meanings. One is Abhayadan. Abhayadan means the God is saying, I am giving you fearlessness. And the next is Varadan. Varadan means I am fulfilling your desires. So I am giving you your whatever desires you have. So all other gods, when you see their pictures, their form, they literally have to tell people, oh, look at my hands, I am giving you fearlessness. Look at my hands, I will fulfill all your desires. But Mother, they have to show it all that. You don't show all that. You are just sitting there. Look at Ma Lalita's picture. 4 hands. What does she have in the 4 hands? One hand will be holding the sugar cane. One hand is holding an arrow with 5 flowers. One hand is holding the noose. One hand is holding the gourd. All the 4 hands are busy. She is not showing any fearlessness, Abhayavardan. No. She is not showing all that. She doesn't have to. We just look at her feet. And he says, just by looking at your feet, oh Mother, fearlessness is granted. Fulfillment of desires is granted. all other devatas need to do all that, oh mother, because they are taking the energy from you. You are the powerhouse of energy. You are everything. So you don't have to do all these actions. You just sit there holding these four things, and devotees look at your lotus feet and everything happens for them. Your feet can confer a bounty of devotees, bounty to the devotees more than they can wish for. Last slok we'll take now. Haristwamaradhya pranata jana saubhagya jananim puranari bhutva puraripumapi chobamanyat smaro api vanatva ratinayana lahayena vapusha muninamapyantah prabhavati he mohaya mahatam. Oh mother, you are the bestower of all types of wealth and prosperity to those who bow down to you. Pranata jana saubhagya jananim. You give everything. You give beauty, you give wealth, you give prosperity. And that is why Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, everybody bows down to your feet. But one thing he wanted to, Shankaracharya takes one little beautiful example here. He says, Hari bowed down to you, Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu, he adored you and then he bowed down to you because during that churning of ocean incident, all the devatas, the demons had taken the nectar, the amrit. Okay. So Vishnu intervened, but how will he attract the asuras towards him? So Vishnu took the form of Mohini. And Mohini means the enchantress, the most beautiful one. And Vishnu goes there and asuras look at him and then Vishnu steals the pot of nectar from them. But that Vishnu, while he had assumed the form of Mohini, Lord Shiva saw Mohini. Lord Shiva, who himself is very dhira, means he is very patient, he destroyed Cupid by his power, who has so much control on himself. That Lord Shiva got enchanted by this enchantress Mohini, who was nothing. Mohini was actually Vishnu. And Vishnu is dressed up as Mohini and Lord Shiva is going behind Mohini. It is not possible. It is not possible. Shiva will not do this. But why was he doing this? It was because your power, oh mother, your power, your beauty was flowing through Vishnu. Vishnu became Mohini, but that enchanting power was you. Lord Shiva cannot be bewildered, but because it was you whose power was radiating from Vishnu's Mohini form, Lord Shiva went behind Mohini. So Lord Vishnu, who adores you, who assumed the vile form of a ravishing beauty, and he fluttered the heart of ascetic Shiva. And also the god of love, Cupid, he thinks he is rattling the mind of everybody in this world. But the Lord of love, Cupid, from where did he get his power? Oh mother, it was only because of you. We all remember the story where Shiva burnt Cupid. But then Cupid became alive because Rati, his wife, went and prayed to Lalita, please make my husband alive. So Lalita blessed him and he became alive. Now this Cupid is running the whole world. Everybody is getting attracted. The power of attraction is Cupid. Without love, what will be this world? It will be only very boring place to live. Love makes this world become so colorful. And who is the Lord of love? Cupid. But this Cupid, oh ma, where is he getting his energy from? How did he become alive? Oh ma, it is only because of you. So the God of love, he gets his power to arouse the passion of even great sages. It is because of you. Those who pray to you, they get all this beauty, all this power of attraction and all the wealth very easily just by looking at the lotus feet of Ma. So with this we end 5 shlokas of Soundarya Lahari. There are many more, there are close to 100 shlokas which we will be covering in the upcoming series. Till then, Jai Ma, Jai Gurudev.